Hello, everyone, and we're starting our first podcast, Nuts About Data. We are going to talk today about how web data can help independent brands and producers to stay competitive during this holiday season. I am Anna Sharma from NetNut, a company that helps thousands of its clients to get access to web data when they need it and how they need it. And joining me today is someone who many of you know very well, who leads in web scraping community on Substack, Pierluigi Vinciguerra, founder and CTO of DataBoutique. Pierre is an expert in unlocking the potential of web data for the businesses and helping them extract the insights that they need to thrive in competitive markets.
Hi, Anna, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you, NetNut, for this occasion. I'm always happy to be here with you.
How are you, Pierre? How are you today?
Fine, thank you. It's a great season for all the retail community to getting ready for the holidays. We had a lot of occasion to discount, to change prices. So it's very exciting moment of the year for all the industry.
I want to give a little bit heads up of what is to expect from our podcast today. We are going to discuss industry landscape, what is happening in the e-commerce in 2024 and during the holiday season. Then we are going to discuss data access strategy, what small businesses and medium or independent brands can do to beat the curve. And we are going to give you some practical steps and tools to bring it to life. So stay tuned. I have a little surprise and experiment for you. While preparing for this episode, I have created a digital copy of you, a digital twin. I called it PRGPT. And I asked him two questions, one personal and one professional. What do you think? Will the answer match?
I hope so, and I hope it doesn't get us in trouble with the answers.
Okay, let's see. What is Pierre's favorite holiday dish? Let's see what PRGPT has to say about it.
Pierluigi's favorite holiday dish? Given your Italian roots and a pinch extra detail, I'd wager it's something indulgent in tradition. Likely a rich lasagna al forno, layered with slow-cooked ragu, creamy bechamel, and freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Or during the festive season, perhaps he leans towards panettone, paired with a velvety crema di mascarpone. It's all about bringing together flavors that celebrate the season.
What do you say, Pierre?
Yes, it's quite correct. And I prefer panettone than lasagna because lasagna we eat it also on the other period of the year. But it's quite accurate.
Okay. And I'm curious to see how it goes with a professional question. What is your biggest professional dream?
Pierluigi's biggest professional dream is to build the ultimate data boutique, where every type of public data is available on demand, ethically sourced, and delivered flawlessly. Think of it as the Amazon Prime of web data, but without all the packaging waste. Oh, and maybe to prove once and for all that web scraping is as legitimate as making pizza. Just better if done by Italians.
Nice one. Yeah, that's why we started Data Boutique, not because of the pizza style, but because we want to really give access to more business speakers and industries that are not already served by web data, the opportunity to get insights and advantages of the information that's on the web.
And that's exactly the purpose of our today's podcast. Looking at e-commerce global growth, I can say that it's going crazy. By 2027, they say it's going to be 41% of the all retail market. And this year, it's already almost $6 trillion I can't even imagine this amount of money. In the US, 43% of consumers already prefer shopping online, which creates a huge opportunity for the small and medium business and for independent brands. But it's hard to take advantage of them because there are also big players like Amazon and Alibaba that are fighting for the same resources as small and independent brands. So, Pierre, what are the biggest challenges that independent producers face in this high-stake environment?
I think that the main challenge here is that we are fighting on the same ground field with these mega brands. So Pierre Shoes is fighting on the same battlefield with Amazon for the same attention for the customers. And of course, who has more money usually wins. And why you need money? Because if you want to capture the attention of customers, of people surfing the web, you need, in most cases, pay for them, for their attention, pay for advertising. And you see from this chart from SEMrush that the cost for click for any keyword is going up and up. And that's a big challenge. And of course, the second one is that once the customer lands on your website, you want to offer a fair price. You don't want these things to happen. Then one customer comes to your website and finds a price that is not aligned with other offering on the market. In this case, this Valentino wallet is priced on the official Valentino website almost the double on other websites. And this is not, of course, a good deal for the customer that lands on Valentino website.
So basically, brands paying a lot of money for the advertisement, but customer goes somewhere else where the price is more attractive, if I understand correctly.
Yes, but also if you don't see the price and you land to a website where the price is not right, it means that you're losing not only a customer, but you're also losing money because you are spending money on advertising that doesn't even convert to a purchase because the price is totally out of the market.
What other challenges do you see in the digital marketplace?
Well, of course, the price is one. As you mentioned before, you need to have a clear and well-created, well-crafted pricing strategy for your products. So you need to monitor all your competitors, your products you're selling. You have to be sure they are fairly priced on your website. Another challenge that the web has brought to retailers is that mainly for businesses that produce items and sell them online is that they want to protect their brand identity over multiple websites. And while on several websites, on several industries like the fashion industry, mostly every e-commerce remake, the pictures of a clothing, of a cloth, of a trousers to make it look perfect for their website. On other industries like grocery or cosmetics, they don't remake the pictures, or if they make, they will make a very bad work because they don't have time and resources to make pictures and description of hundreds of thousands of products they are going to sell at a very low price point. So that's why brands usually deliver media packs to other retailers in order to make their brand consistent all over the web. And of course, you need to control that they are using this media kit and your products are shown in the best way possible. Last but not least, if you're a retailer and you are selling, let's say, shoes, you want to be sure that your sales are performing at least the benchmark. But you don't know what the benchmark is because you don't know how many shoes are selling your competitors. That's why the scraping of inventory from other from your competitors when this information is available kicks in, because from scraping their inventory levels from their website, you can estimate their sales. And so you can see if your sales are on the same trend or you are performing better or worse of your competitor.
From what I understand from what you're saying, that a lot of data that you need to compete is somewhere out there. It's not the data that the business generates on its own. It's a data that is located in the World Wide Web. And well, we're both from the industry that helps people to collect data and use it. And so we know, like, collecting, it's not a walk in the forest. It's not a walk in the park. It's quite challenging. So as compared to the data juggernauts like Amazon, who have hundreds of people working on their data collection and processing, what can small and medium businesses do to win the market despite of being, small and...
Yes, you said correctly. The web scraping in general and collecting this data from the web, it's not so easy. It was 10 years ago, but now with all the anti-bots, blocks on the websites and all the stuff that websites put in place to prevent web scraping, it's not so easy to gather this data. And if you're a small and medium business, probably you don't have the resources in terms of people, but also of money, of doing all by yourself. That's why you need to delegate to someone else this data collection. Maybe companies like NetNut with their scraping API that can deliver real-time, pseudo-real-time data from different websites, targeting also hard targets like Amazon, Shopee, and something like that. Or also, you can choose to have a broader way of the market, maybe a bit less fresh, but broader, to buy datasets from companies like databoutique.com that are where you are delegating a pool of professionals to scrape data for you. In this case, you only need to put this data on your data warehouse or BI platform and get the insights from there.
Sounds amazing. And speaking of scraping API, we have a recent product that we have launched just now. It is a scraping API for Shopee. I'm sure that people who listen to us now know how challenging is this website to scrape because of its data structure and because it keeps changing its structure all the time. So Pierre, what can businesses learn from data from Shopee?
Well, as you said, Shopee is one of the toughest websites I've ever seen. It has a lot of anti-bot protections and so on. So the few ones that without the scraping API can access to the platform, they can see a lot of things. They can see the best products, the best selling products, their competitors, how they are performing, because on Shopee is a marketplace. So there are multiple sellers inside these websites. And you can see, if you're a seller on the platform, you can see how they are performing compared to you. What are the best sellers in terms of products, in terms of categories. So it's a very gold mine of information.
When it comes to the APIs, it's pretty much simple. Make a call, get the data in real time, connect it straight to your BI or database through the API call. But there are many cases when API scrapers do not exist. Most of the scrapers are developed based on the high demand. And if you're competing in the niche industry or something very specific and you don't need, for example, real-time data, then curated data sets can be your call. And
well, this is the website of databoutique.com where we have different industries. Let's have a look at the grocery industry as an example. There are data sets inside of that. There are many grocery companies in Europe as an example, or we can choose another sector. We have also US grocery companies like Target. And for Target, prices change from state to state in the US. So that's why for this example, the pet industry of that, on the pet section of the website on Target, we have different prices for different states in the US. And last but not least, just to make you to have a complete tour of the platform, we can select a website, let's say Farfetch, since we were speaking about fashion. Then we go on the Farfetch page. We can see how many countries are scraped for Farfetch, prices, inventory levels, and so on. And here we can see the prices for in France. You can see the history of the data sets we have and the data structure. So these are the columns that you will receive if you download these data sets. Well, that's an interesting approach, in my opinion, for just $10 per snapshot.
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, I saw that your data sets are very granular. Like you can really choose by the geography, even by the individual shop. Amazing. And how often do you refresh data on this data set?
Well, it depends. We have several sellers. They can refresh it daily, weekly, monthly. Of course, if a buyer wants to update the frequency, they can ask the seller, I want this dataset daily or weekly or monthly. It's not a problem. Of course, if you buy the same dataset on a daily basis, you have discounts because otherwise it would be much more expensive than doing it now. But yes, the frequency depends from the request from the buyers, and it goes up to daily. We don't go near time data, and that's why the API here is crucial in case and complementing the offer of Data Boutique, because NetNut API complements the offering of Data Boutique by offering near real time data that we cannot do it in our Data Boutique model.
I would like to hear some success story because we have discussed all the challenges and we have covered a little bit of a solution. But what is, the proof? They say, the proof of the pudding and it's eating. So how does that help other companies to compete?
Yes. So I have to say that when we work with brands together, we cannot share much details of their operation, of course, but I can make you see how web data can make you better understand what's happening on the market. In this first example, we have the prices over time of a small Dior bag. Why I'm showing this? Because during the latest year, we hear on the newspaper that the luxury industry is going bad and the sales are declining. And one of the main causes, it seems to be the price hiking of luxury items. And this is one example. I don't know if it's true that the industry is performing bad because of this, but that's the story that web data are telling us, that this bag price grew for almost 60% in only 4 years.
As a woman, I feel raised, like in the 4 years, they hike up to, 60%. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
like the bags for men, did they also hike like this?
Probably, yes. I don't have here examples for other items, but the sensation is that the sensation is all the luxury industry rise prices in every category. And also with the second example, we see a similar pattern, but on the car making industry. Also, the automotive industry is struggling, at least in Europe, during these days. We have seen the Stellantis CEO that has been fired in the past weeks. And speaking of Stellantis, we have here the model of the Peugeot 3008, which is a successful model of Peugeot. And we can see that after the COVID, every year the prices was incremented by 3K per year. So from 20K in 12 years ago, now it's almost 39K euros. That's crazy.
That's crazy, Jay,
And again, I don't know if the automotive industry is performing bad for this reason, because people is not buying anymore this kind normal cars, but priced like luxury cars. But this is what the web data tell us. This is the speed has increased during these years.
What basically web data is saying here, that customers, they are not, they don't want to be foolish. They don't want to pay double amount of money for the same product that they were receiving 12 years ago.
Yes, it's correct. And you can have any facelift, as they call the renew of the model. But if the car is basically the same, it has no sense at all to pay the double for that.
So then the brand owner, so listen to Pierre's data here and raise your price unreasonably.
Yeah. And the latest example I brought to you today is that if you remember 5 years ago, there were some protests in Hong Kong, some violent protests in Hong Kong. And at that moment, we had an observatory for the travel industry, where we collected hotel prices on hundreds of different cities around the world. And the history here is quite nice, because when the protests came to Hong Kong, you can see that the aggregate prices for 4-star hotel, the orange line, is certainly declining. So the room price fell almost to the 60% in less than a year, because no one was traveling more on Hong Kong, especially tourists. While if you see the red line, you can see always Hong Kong, but 5-star hotels. It means that high-spending people were still traveling to Hong Kong despite the protests. But who was the winner of the protests on Hong Kong? It was Macau, which is a town near Hong Kong, which where you can see the gray and the black lines, where the prices started to grow after the protests, because people in that area wanted to go on vacation. They didn't trust to go on Hong Kong. They went to Macau.
Amazing. Probably, the authorities in Macau are very, very happy from the tax, from the tourist tax.
The data is key for understanding the industry where you are working on, because you have the facts, you have the prices, you have the hotel rates, and so on. And then you can interpret it as you think that the best solution, the best interpretation of the data. But you have the facts where you start resonating over your business.
Speaking of a strategy, what would be your advice for this holiday season to the small and medium businesses to win the markets?
Well, first of all, you need to understand the game you are playing. Who's your competitor? Who's your fighter in the arena you're playing? So understanding who you want to imitate, who's imitating you. And then once you understand it, you need to gather data from them. You need to extract data from the web, but using the APIs or data sets in order to have something to reason to start your strategy. And then once the data is on your data warehouse or your business intelligence platform, then you need to start to analyze what's happening. Are your prices correct? Are your inventory levels compared to the other retailers? are on the same benchmark. Which do you see any risk in your product choice? Are you covering all the markets? All the markets you're willing to cover, or maybe some of your competitors have more items or have made a different choice, and maybe you want to copy them? All these reasonings that must be then taken to action, let's say by adjusting your prices or go to buy new stuff to sell on your platform. So that's it. You starting from the data, then you need to go via insights and transform insights into actions.
Sounds like a plan. And I want to tell all our viewers that we have prepared a very nice gift for you. And if you want to start acting on this plan now, you can enjoy 3 days of free Shopee Scraper API trial. All you have to do is just click this link. You will also see it in the comment to this live. And enjoys 99% success rate and real-time data and easy integration into your BI and database. And also, here has something to offer to all of viewers.
Yes, thank you. And as a thank you for being here today, I'm glad to offer to all the audience a 30% discount on all the datasets purchased on databoutique.com by going to the website databoutique.com/holiday 2024. This offer will last until June, so it's a longer holiday period, but I'm sure you will find some great use case to use the data.
So holiday all year long, and I will make sure to post all the links in the social media where we are streaming right now. And thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Pierre. It was very insightful and interesting, and I enjoyed the process all the way.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, NetNut, for having me here again. And happy holiday.
Happy holiday and happy holiday sales. Bye-bye.
Bye.